Hey guys, Lindsay Lebowski here. I have today's topic is opening and closing the month. I'm really excited because this is one of my favorite things to do in the business. I'm actually going to start with closing the month really quickly because we're getting here towards the end of the month. Today's the 24th, and I just want to make sure that you guys are taking advantage of this last week of the month before we go into Revolution. I know everybody's getting prepared to leave and all of that, but you want to make sure that people are hitting rank positions before we go into Revolution because they get that recognition on stage and things like that. So, they get ribbons on there. You can see them back here. You get ribbons on your thing at Revolution, and it's just really fun and exciting. So it's a great time to drive volume and help people hit their rank positions towards the end of the month. So some specific things that I look for, I always, my leaders in the downline, most of them at this point are probably better than I am at closing the month. They've got it down. I trust them 100% and they do their thing. So the other people that I've locked arms with, my new leaders in the group, we just go down in their organization. We find out who's closest to breaking ranks and things like that, and we identify those people. So then after we identify those people, we need to go figure out from the bottom of the tree what we can work on all the way up and help people have a win. So the first thing we do is go to that bottom person who's new, probably they just signed up. And we go to them, we make sure they have their first customer. We make sure that they know that they can get their 3 and free. If they're going to Revolution, which is a huge plus if they're going that quickly to Revolution, we make sure they know if they can get 3 associates from $199, $499, or $999, they get to go work out with Jen Wiederstrom and Mark. So that's a huge plus. The 1,000 PV, if they signed up at $999, they only need $100 more to get that PV in to get into the drawing for the $5,000. So just those little things for the new associates are a big deal. So go down, make sure that that's happening. Go check in the new beta site. You can go check all the 3 and free and see who's closest to 3 and free. So go through your back office, look at that, and see who you can help get their product for free in April, because we're going to have new products, I'm sure. And, you're going to want them to spend their money on the new products because they're going to want to try it and see if they like it and things like that. So if they have their ID Nutrition for free, that's a bonus. Okay. So those are 2 little things. They may not seem like a big deal, but if you found, 5 people in your downline and they put in $100 worth of volume or, got their first customer, that kind of thing, that's $500 more in volume down in your organization. So just those little things can drive volume all the way up to the top. But something else that's a big deal is rank positions and hitting ranks. Even if it's a director, y'all, make sure you're helping that new person in your downline organization break ranks going into Revolution. If they're coming, they get recognized on stage. It's really exciting to be a part of it. They get to wear the ribbon on their name badge at Revolution. Having their 3 and free, they get a badge. The 500 Club, they get a little ribbon with their badge. So just so many little things. The longer their ribbon is, the more special they feel. It's just really important to make sure you're really digging down in your downline this last week before we go to Revolution and helping everybody get and achieve everything they possibly can, just to build that excitement in your organization. And ultimately, it all rolls up to you and helps you hit rank positions. So my favorite quote is, if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. So really focus in this last 7 days of the month on helping people break rank positions, get their 3 and free, make sure the new teammates have their first customer, and really just go down and work it within your organization and lock arms with people and teach the duplication of it to your new associates and your teammates. The other thing that is really important in closing the month is just is the duplication. Like I said, you got to make sure that people are duplicating that so that next month, they're doing the same thing in their organization. The other thing I was going to say is I love to use the app for closing the month, because you can go into your app, click on the progress report for all your different teammates, and you can screenshot. If you click what rank they're trying to hit, you can change the rank, and then you can screenshot it and text it to them and just say, hey, did you know you're $50 short in PV of breaking regional director? Or, we're only $200 out. We still have 6 days left in the month or 7 days left. What can I do to help you get to where you want to be? to help you get to regional director. So anyway, use that app. It's really, really cool to be able to take a screenshot picture, send it to them, and then work together to hit the goals. Now, when you're opening the month, it's really important when you're opening a month to help you close the month. But since we're starting kind of halfway through the month on this, go ahead and close your month with your team. But then in April, when we get home from Revolution, I think it's really, really important to go into the month knowing what your team's goals are. So if you have somebody traveling across the country or, into another country or whatever in April, and they're not going to be focused on ID Life, that's fine, but you want to make sure that you're not pushing them to hit executive director and they're not even interested in really working the business this month. So I always like to know where my teammates' goals are, see where their head's at for the month, and then lock arms with them and help them reach their goals. Remember, yes, you may need a senior director to hit national director, but you can't force people to want something, more than they want it. So with that said, make sure in the beginning of the month, you're calling your downline organization and personally asking them, what are your goals? What do you want this month? Or what is your 60-day, 90-day goal for your ID Life business, so that you can actually help them hit their goals. If you don't know what their goals are, how are you going to hit the target? If you're blindfolded and, throwing a dart at a bullseye, you're probably not going to hit the target as if you knew where that goal was, if you knew where that dot was and you were throwing it to the bullseye. So throwing the dart to the bullseye. So just make sure opening the month is really, really simple. It's identifying. If you have somebody that's a 199 and they're just a customer, you don't need to call them. But if you have somebody truly trying to build this business, you need to know what their 30, 60, 90-day goals are. And you need to mark it down. I have this huge whiteboard over here. I'm not going to turn my computer because, there's some private things on the board. But I have my teammates' goals, where they want to be, where they're at right now. I know I've had quite a few people tell me that they want to hit the national director thing in June. So they have 2 months. We have 60 days left to hit that. Those are goals that people just want to be a part of. It may not be a specific rank. With this, it is. They need to be a national director. But if I wait till 2 weeks before the end of May to go, hey, let's work on getting you there, that's nearly impossible. But if I start now, I'm 60 days out, and I lock arms with those people who really want to be at that experience, let's lock arms and figure out how to get you there. It's really important to do that. So I'm really excited for the future of ID Life. I'm really excited to see what comes out next week at Revolution. Your homework assignment today, I would just say, let's go into closing the month. If you have any questions, you can put those below in the comments. But the biggest thing for closing the month, I would say, is how many new rank positions are you going to be able to break? When you go down and look in your organization, how many people can you help get to 3 and free or help get their first customer? Let's just, let's talk about it and everybody see where they're at with closing the month, and really go down and look in your organization and figure out where you can drive volume and help those people get to their goals. So ultimately you'll hit your goals. Okay, guys, I'm really excited for you. I look forward to the last week of your 30-day Kickstart training. Hopefully this was beneficial to you and it helped you get your ID Life business off and running. I look forward to meeting and seeing all of you at ID Revolution. You guys have a blessed day.